Swan Song, Apple TV Plus original film. It stars Mahershala Ali, Naomi Harris, Glenn Close, and Aquafina. And tell a story about this person named Cameron, played by Mahershala Ali, in a not so distant sci-fi-esque future where he is suffering, about to die over a terminal illness. He has a wife, played by Naomi Harris, a son, and a 7-month. Naomi Harris is pregnant and she's about to have her baby in 7 months. But Mahershala Ali is dying. So he goes to this program run by Glenn Close, where you can clone yourself, give the other person all of your memories, and they live on life. But the big catch that you cannot tell the people involved, the people in your actual life, that you have swapped clones. It just, life moves on with you physically not being there, and your clone who has your memories being there. The film's an hour and 50 minutes and is rated R. Welcome back to a brand new movie review here at Mac Talks Movies. We're talking about Swan Song, which garnered Mahershala Ali a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor in a Drama. So before we talk about this film, please like the video, the thumbs up, guys. That's how you support the channel the best way. Also, comment down below your thoughts. First of all, if you've seen this film, tell me, do you really like this film, not like this film? It's kind of some pretty divisiveness on Rotten Tomatoes and critic score. So love to see your guys' thoughts on the film. What do you want to see Mahershala Ali get nominated for an Oscar? Would love to hear your awards talk in the comment section down below. And also, please subscribe, ring the bell if you're new to the channel. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, streaming platforms, movie rankings, all of those things. I'm also going to talk about my upcoming videos, which will be a lot at the end of this video. So let's talk about Swan Song. So I was actually very excited for this film. I like sci-fi, not so distant, not a sci-fi action film, just a sheer sci-fi, not too far distant drama. The cast is really, really strong with a lot of top tier awards caliber actors. When you have Mahershala Ali, Naomi Harris, Aquafina, and Glenn Close, it's a really, really solid cast. Then I got watching the Globe nominations this past Monday, seeing that Mahershala got a nomination for the Best Actor in a Drama. Definitely wanted me to watch this film even more. So let's talk about Swan Song. So let's talk about my positives, my negatives, then I'll give you my score. First of all, the performance in the lead role is what keeps this film, I would say, watchable for a lot of scenes that are kind of slow and it kind of drags. Mahershala plays two different characters. He plays, obviously, his main character, Cameron, but he also plays his clone, who goes by the name of Jack, who is going to be taking over for Cameron in that clean kind of swap way. Mahershala does a great job of distinguishing between the clone and Cameron and Jack. They are very, even though they're the same person, have the same memories, you can still kind of feel the differences between the two. And I thought Mahershala absolutely nails this performance. He's such a great actor. Obviously, 2 Oscars for both Green Book and Moonlight. He's been such a good working actor for the last 7 years. He's finally coming into his own as a main star in film. Obviously, Green Book and Moonlight were both supporting actor wins. So this putting him front and center in the lead was kind of nice to see. He's such a solid, but really just professional actor who just does his job at such a high level. And this one, he does such a good job balancing all these different emotions. The reason why you do this is because you really understand his predicament. The idea of putting yourself in his shoes. Would you tell your wife that you're dying and doing this clean swap? Or do you sacrifice just doing this clean swap with the clone and you have to die knowing that your clone can live the rest of your life with your family? And the film really puts you into his shoes and asking you as an audience member, would you, in his shoes, what would your decision-making be? What do you want to ask more people about the actual clinic? Would you want to ask more questions to Glenn Close? There's so many different things to add on. I think the film does the best job from a story point of view, putting you in Mahershala Ali's shoes as Cameron of, should I tell my family? Should I just die and have, Naomi Harris be a single mother? Or should my clone, who still basically is me, to take his place, but it's not physically the true Cameron? I think that's a really nice dynamic that the film nails, mainly because it tries to make him a relatable character, which he is, and Mahershala is bringing it as Cameron. He has really great chemistry with Naomi Harris, who plays his wife. There's a great train scene, like the first time they meet. We kind of go through his memories. You kind of get the full first time they meet. They have really great chemistry together. And again, Cameron's just a good dude, and you understand why he's so hesitant, why he's nervous, why he actually wants to do this. It's just a really good performance. I love Naomi Harris. Sadly, she's just wasted in this movie. I'll talk about it in a sec, but Naomi Harris is really, really good in this film as his wife. Again, all the acting is really good. I also love this kind of the sci-fi-esque feel to it. There's a lot of new technology. in this not so far distant future that kind of is thrown at you on screen. Really like the world building there, just seeing all the different types of technology, like all these different things. They really put a lot at you. The way there's like this driverless car, candy bars, all these different things. The messages, the way you can call people. I think it's a really unique type sci-fi-esque film where it's not relying on action to get you through it. It's just a sci-fi, not so a future film, but still grounded in drama, which I think is a film that the types of films that we just don't see anymore. Most sci-fi films revolve around action scenes. So it's nice to have a sci-fi-esque film where there's no reliance on any action scenes. It's just a pure drama. So I did like the uniqueness to that. Again, it's a very well-made film. As I said, the technology looks really good. There's no CGI really faults with me. There's no fault seeing both Mahershala Ali's at the same time. So that aspect as well, technically, it's a very well-made film as well. So let's move on to my negatives with the film. Kind of my main negatives is that a lot of the supporting cast are just very wasted in very one-note, stereotypical roles that this movie desperately, for some reason, needs. Naomi Harris is just his wife. She kind of has some background with, she's kind of going through a big loss in her life in the middle of this marriage. And she kind of separated herself a little bit from Mahershala. But other than that, she has really no character to her other than she's just Mahershala's wife, which is a bit of a struggle because Naomi Harris is one of my favorite actresses. She just is wasted in so many different projects. And this was a role that if she has more story to her, she would have could have been even nominated for this performance, but because there's nothing to her character, it's kind of tough grabbing on because she's just a wife in the film. Glenn Close is also just a doctor. It felt like anyone could have played Glenn Close's character. She's just the person running the clinic, explaining to Cameron all of the different things, contracts, how this whole thing works. That's really all she does. She doesn't have a character to herself as well. And Awkwafina is nice when she's in there, but the character kind of feels useless because there's not enough of the character. It's a really interesting dynamic having Awkwafina as another patient, the second patient of 3 at this clinic that has done the clean swap with the clone. And she's also beginning to die off just like Mahershala's character is. So there's some nice conversations about, is this a good idea? Is this not a good idea? Their personal experiences with it. But because there's just not enough of Awkwafina and there should be a lot more discussion with her, she does also feel very much on the wasted side of the film because it's a really interesting character, but they kind of give her 2 or 3 scenes to kind of talk about it, not really enough time as well. And as I said, one of my bigger issues with the film is just the pacing. It is really, really slow. And almost too slow because there's some scenes that just are completely meaningless and you're just kind of bored trying to get through it. It's like 2 hours long, kind of feels like 2.5 hours. It feels like a long movie, but it really is only 1:50. So the pacing for me is just a bit off just because it does drag quite a bit, especially in the second act of the film where they're kind of getting to the point where Mahershala's just going through memories. It's really slow. There's like a big 15-20 minute chunk where it's just about memories, and the film really trudged its way through that. But again, the pacing isn't that great. The supporting cast is very wasted. And I just wish that the world building around the clinic, like there just wasn't anything so deep about the clinic other than Mahershala asked Glenn Close, how many people have done this, and said, you're the third person. That's the only background we kind of get on this clinic. And I think the clinic itself should have been more delved into about when did they start doing this? How did Glenn Close get in this position? Do other have people denied doing this treatment? There just isn't anything dove into that, which I thought would have really helped the film. But overall, while I do have those issues with the film, I do love the sci-fi-esque feel to it and a really great performance from Mahershala Ali. So I'm going to give this film a 3 out of 5 stars, a 63% for Swan Song, exclusively on Apple TV Plus. So before we move on, guys, please like the video, comment down below if you agree with me, disagree with me. My upcoming video, so it really will be Spider-Man and Matrix heavy for the next couple of days. You're going to get my Spider-Man No Way Home non-spoiler review today. Spoiler review should be coming either today or the Friday through Monday. Spider-Man movie ranking, Matrix movie ranking, Matrix review, Kingsman review. So much stuff is coming out. Hawkeye season finale review. So please, guys, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys soon.